Hello everyone and welcome back to Indie Tuesday. Every week I search for an indie game that is either in production or has less than 50,000 downloads on at least one platform. I'll play the game or a demo of the game and let you know what I think of it. So if you're ready, go ahead, sit down, get comfy, and let's log into this video. A few weeks back, I did an Indie Tuesday on a game called The Last Yandere. The Last Yandere was developed by AppSir Inc. and is a fun visual novel about a normal guy who ends up dating a yandere. I'm not going to talk about the ending of The Last Yandere just in case some of you haven't played it yet, but do know that in order to understand the premise of today's game, you need to beat The Last Yandere first. Today's Indie Tuesday game is Dere.exe, another indie game developed by AppSir Inc. Dere.exe takes place after the events of The Last Yandere. When visiting the download page for this game in the Google Play Store, the description repeatedly tells users not to download the game. The game is just a lost phone game on a corrupted ROM, and the developer was forced by the yandere to release the game so that she could tell her story. So of course, being the hard-headed group of people that we are, over 10,000 of us decided to go ahead and download the game anyways. When you first boot up the game, wow, boot up? Did I really write that? How old am I? Anyways, when you first start the game, a warning message pops up stating that the game isn't for the faint of heart. If you're bold enough to continue on and start the game, you find yourself playing as a blocky character who has to collect gems to move on to the next level. Your main controls are move left, move right, and jump. Seems simple enough, right? Well, it wasn't. The first stage itself poses a challenge to players. Every time you die, the level changes or adds a new element, so you don't get to experience memorizing the same level over and over. I died so many times that a message stating, "Is this part too hard?" popped up on the screen. Eventually, I was able to collect the gems and move on. As you progress through the first few stages of the game, nothing seems out of the ordinary. That is, until the game starts to glitch out and you're met with a very familiar jump scare. The timing of it was perfect. I was so caught up in just playing a normal phone game that I completely forgot about the description warning that pretty much stated that something else was in the game. At this point, it seems as if the game has been overtaken by a familiar figure, and you now have to play by their rules. When returning to the regular scene of the game, you are now challenged to collect way more gems than before, and you're given unlimited jumps to complete the task. During this portion of the game, you notice certain elements that give the game a scary atmosphere. One of the first things I noticed was the control buttons were kind of glitchy. I feel like this element helped to remind users that the game had changed at this point. Another element that appears as you continue to progress is the screen glitching out at certain moments, and what appears to be an incoming phone call. It gives you the feeling that not only did this figure take over the app, but they took over your phone as well. I don't want to get into too much detail about the game, but just like The Last Yandere, Dere.exe delivers another plot twist ending. Once again, in order to fully understand what's going on, it's best if you play The Last Yandere first. Thank you so much to the developer for letting me know that the full version of the game had released. I found the game very fun and challenging, and I look forward to playing more of your work in the future. So that's it for this week's Indie Tuesday. If you're an indie developer with a game that is in production or a game that has fewer than 50,000 downloads, feel free to contact me if you'd like me to do a review. Otherwise, I'll keep choosing games at random. You can find a link to my Twitter account in the description below. Also, if you're a viewer who knows of an indie game that you would like me to review, feel free to leave a comment or catch me on Twitter as well. You can find links to today's game in the description box if you'd like to play or check out the developer and see if they have any more games you'd be interested in. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next Tuesday with another indie game. CodeLMD, logging out.